get started in this video, please like and subscribe. And if you like what I have said in this video, please hit the bell notification and subscribe to my channel. This channel has a whole bunch of different videos about biblical concepts and also just concepts to improve on your life and my life as well. So please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for checking in to this video. Hi, welcome to Finding Peace. Today we're just going to be looking at some articles about finding peace. And this first one is just going to start off with living in peace is about living harmoniously with yourself, with others, and all other beings. While you will find your own meanings of peace, there are some peaceful things that you should be looking at. The basics, basically, is what this article is saying. So, first one is understand. Understand that living in peace is both an outward and inward process. So, defining peace is not such a simple thing, but one simple way is to define it as living without violence, physically, mentally, spiritually, or any other way, and living in that way that embraces respect and tolerance. This is both in the world and within each other. Outwardly, living in peace is a way of life in which we respect and love each other in spite of cultural, religious, or political differences. Inwardly, each of us needs to cultivate peace. This means understanding and overcoming fear, anger, intolerance, lack of social skills that causes violence. For in continuing to ignore the rage within, the storm outside will never subside. So yeah, that's a good point. It's definitely, we have to live at peace with others. Of course, things that are going to annoy someone, they're here right now. But in order to have peace, this article, the first point is saying that, we have to definitely have the peace within us and deal with our emotions correctly. Okay, seek to love and not control others. Ceasing to seek power over people and outcomes in your life is the first major step into living peacefully. Trying to control people is about seeking to impose your will and reality on others. But by doing so, even the best of intentions, this forcing your will on others takes away the power from others and causes a great imbalance, which can lead to anger, hurt, and resentment. A controlling approach to relationships will likely keep you in conflict with others. The healthy alternative is to seek to understand others before attempting to change, tolerate peaceful difference, and use persuasion and leadership in a way that inspires others. Yeah, so we know Jesus said that we should do to others what we should do to others what we want them to do to us. The classic golden rule. And if you're a Christian or maybe Jewish, this definitely has a whole other set of beliefs behind it. And I'm Christian myself, and I think definitely, having that balance of listening to others and trying to seek to understand others rather than always trying to get someone to do what you want. Jesus says to deny ourselves, to deny the things that we feel like we want and seek the good of another person, seek the good of our neighbor. And so we have to practice that daily. Moderate your convictions. Thinking in absolutes and holding to convictions without ever considering the viewpoints and perspective of others is a sure way to live a life without peace. This type of extremist thinking usually leads to reactive, hasty, and driven behavior that lacks the benefit of reflection and deliberative thinking. While this may be convenient because it allows you to act with the confidence of absolute conviction, It blocks out other realities in the world and can easily lead to you in conflict with other people and fail to agree with your convictions. It's harder work to remain open-minded and ready to review your understandings. Yet it's more rewarding because you'll grow as a person and live in greater harmony with those around you. Yeah, so, I mean, this doesn't really, for me personally, apply to so much what God says in the Bible. But outside of the commands that God says, you know, sure, if you want to wake up at 8 a.m. or wake up at 9 a.m., you know, you can't just be so set on, you know, everybody has to wake up at 8 a.m. Everybody has to do things that I, you know, want to do. No, that's not the way to live, and that's not loving others. And so, you know, you can't think so much in absolutes. Be tolerant. Tolerance in all that you think and do will make a difference, and in your life and in the lives of others around you. Tolerance for others, about appreciating diversity, the plurality of modern society, and being willing to live and let others live too. When we fail to tolerate others' beliefs, ways of being, and opinions, the end result can be discrimination, repression, dehumanization, and ultimately violence. Practicing tolerance is at the heart of living peacefully. Yeah, so this article shows a grandparent with kids around him, and one kid, he seems like he's super happy. The other child, he's pulling the grandparent away to try to go do something. Another child is doing the same thing, but in the opposite direction. And one child is definitely kind of playing or almost looking like they're about to throw a fit. So yeah, I mean, tolerance. So, you know, accept people's diversity. You can't, this is again, you know, kind of an African American thing. You can't have, you know, you can't think that your group of maybe people, or if you're nerdy, or if you're in sci-fi, you know, you can't think that what you do is the only way, or, you know, other people have no value or same or higher value than you. And so, you know, for a time, you know, African Americans were seen as a minority in regards to not just population, but in our intelligence, in our contribution to society. And so, you know, we cannot just think our own group or our own way of doing things is the best. So anyway, the last point is, you know, just be peaceful. You know, and to me that means just setting your mind on how can I be at peace with everybody, with all people that are both in my life or people that may show up randomly. And of course there are certain situations that are you know, are gonna be kind of those tugging at our heart, like, you know, and it makes it a lot more difficult to be at peace. And so we have to draw ourselves away from those negative situations. And so I hope this video helps. Thank you so much for checking into Finding Peace, and we'll post another Finding Peace video. I will, and of course with God's help. But thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video. See ya.